Welcome back, everybody. My name is Eddie here at the Tint Factory located in Oakland, California. In today's video, we're going to be talking about something that no one wants to talk about: mistakes. We're going to tell you guys 5 mistakes that we've done, what we did to fix them, and maybe you could pick up some stuff on how to fix a mistake that potentially you could be dealing with as well. All right, number 1. Very simple for vinyl wrap installers now, since I know what we know, but some films have a direction that you're supposed to follow. Pearlescents, metallics, or color shifts. Always install them in one direction, meaning if we start the roll off rolling this way, we have to continue that throughout the whole car so that the colors all look clean and they all flow in the same color throughout the whole car.
What happens if you don't do that?
If you don't install it directional and you flip out your panels, your fender could be a different color tone than your door or the hood or whatever it is. Anything that you flip, it'll be off. Yep.
And then what do you do if that does happen?
Well, there's nothing that you can do. It's not like you could take it off and reinstall it, you know, so once it's cut, it's done. So at that point, if you notice it, it is what it is. You have to take it off and start over, basically. There's nothing much that you could do there. Number 2 is being very clear and transparent with your client. Communicate, over communicate. Now that's something that I do a lot. And probably a lot of my clients could tell you that I don't be quiet when they come and drop off the car. But mainly it's because I want them to understand what they're going to be getting and what to expect when they pick up the cars. A situation that we dealt with is we had an NFL player that came in to get his car wrapped, and he expected the inner door jambs of the car to be wrapped, included with our basic price of the exterior of the car. Long story short, he was upset about it, that we weren't doing the door jambs, and ended up coming to pick up the car instead. So what I learned there is I could have just been communicative with him and told him, you know, what to expect out of the job, and we both would have been on good terms, and maybe we could have wrapped it. But with that one, he ended up picking up the car. He did end up picking up the car, went somewhere else, which is completely fine. You know, that was my fault for not being communicative with him, but it is what it is. On the next one, now I know.
So for people that don't know, even customers, door jambs are not included, or how does that work? Is that an upsell?
Door jambs are usually not included, and I would say this is pretty standard with all vinyl wrap shops. If you're doing door jambs for regular prices, I don't know what you're doing. But yes, we can absolutely do it. It is an upsell. On average, you should expect anywhere from $2,000 and up, depending on the car. But definitely it's something that we can do, and we've done it. You know, it's just a little bit of a task. You have to take up the doors, skin the doors, and, you know, wrap them all the way inside. So most people, once you tell them a quote, you know, they tend to just do the outside, which at the end of the day, if you think about it, a wrap job, it's something temporary for a year. So why would you want to wrap your door jambs if you're going to be taking it off in a year? You know, so to me, no door jambs, that's the best way to go. Number 3, reinstallation thoroughness. One thing that I learned the hard way is to double check your work before the cars go out. One thing that I lack on, and sometimes even to this day, is giving myself a time cushion from the time that we finish the car to the time that the client takes the car. I would say keep the car at least 24 hours prior to you taking the car or letting the client take the car, so that you could double check everything. Make sure that you installed everything right, nothing is peeling, because things go bad. You know, we're human, we're trying to rush, get through the job, and we forget things. One situation, I'll just throw it out there, one situation that happened to us is recently, we did a car that we incorrectly installed the adhesive onto the antenna. That caused the water to drip inside, damaging the system, the SOS system, and we had to go out of pocket to get that fixed. On average, I think we spent like $3,500, something like that, $4,000 to get that fixed. So save yourself and be thorough. Double check everything and make sure you're confident on what's going out.
I mean, it happens, you know.
Yeah.
But what do you do to make it right? Let's say something happens, and do you tell the customer or do you try to fix it?
Well, if it's something that I could replace and be replaced onto OEM spec, we'll just replace it. There's really no point to telling the client, hey man, I dropped your headlight and broke it, but there's a new one coming in tomorrow. So there's no point. So it's something that it's fixable and the client would never even be able to tell. We'll just go ahead and fix it. Client doesn't have to know, because you don't want the client to have that fear of, oh, what else are they going to break, or what else are they going to damage, you know? So I prefer to just get it done, fix it, and move on. And at the end of the day, if something does happen and I can't handle it ourselves, or my team can't handle it, then we send it out to a professional to go ahead and do it. We don't go out and, you know, Mickey Mouse it with my uncle in his house. No, we make sure that everything gets done right, just in case, because, you know, these are expensive cars. We work on a lot of expensive cars, so we need to make sure that everything's going down to spec, which is why we charge what we charge, so that if anything does happen, we have that gap, that buffer, so that we're able to afford to fix some of these cars. All right, guys, that's about it. Those are some of the mistakes that we dealt with, how we dealt with them, and hopefully I'll prevent you from having those same mistakes. But let us know, what mistakes did you do? What happened to you? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you guys want to learn how to vinyl wrap window tint, we have 10 years in this window tint industry, vinyl wrap industry. So let us know. Let's get you trained so that hopefully you don't do some of the mistakes that we did. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.